terrorists or is it for the very reason to pay tax to the bandits, and then these the same people, the country public call, they are loyal to their paying tax. We are allowing these things to our means. What future are we creating? Symbols of unity. We are expecting somebody and they just got to home and rule Nigeria.
Okay. For a bit, but finish your thoughts, please. Conclude.
I should continue.
Can you summarize your thoughts so we can move on to the next one?
It is our united mind. We don't look for the united mind that will show us the forward. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right, thank you. I can barely hear you. Hello? Sorry, I have to call back, all right? Thank you.
Hello, good morning, Dick Agba, the one and only.
Welcome.
My name is Selassie. Today, I want to say where is the people in this. Remember, after Ibom, the youth corps from After Ibom to Sokro by these criminals. Over 2, they are still in the hands of these criminals. You remember the Federal University of they are still in the hands of these criminals. Remember the Federal University of Bruce Magazine. So I'm speaking to you, Itodo. They are all females, all girls in the hands of these criminals. Just imagine the number of security sent to Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo. Why can't they use the same method in order to rescue these our sisters? They're in the hands of these criminals. You imagine how many thousands of policemen and army and civil defense and all the securities. If they could do that, I'm telling you, Diki Itodo, these people must have been reunited with their family. Why is it that when it comes to election, it's like we don't value the life of people in the captivities? Doesn't mean election is more important than the life of these people in the hands of this criminal in the bush? They are not outside this country. They are in either Niger State or Gusau or Sokoto or Katsina. They are not outside Nigeria. Americans came and rescued their own in this country. In this country, they came and rescued their own and they left. And in our own within Nigeria, they can't rescue these people. Something needs to be done. They need to be reunited with their family. I'm not happy about that.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Celeste. Welcome.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Itodo.
Good morning. What's your name, sir?
This is your brother from North Central, living in Kuba Federal. Are you last caller, Salasi? I want to talk about Nnamdi Kanu before you cut me off on the show.
Yeah, your time had run out at the time, but go ahead, please.
Okay, Mr. Itodo. As always saying, if there's no any justice in the government, you can't see peace. If there's no security in the government, you can't see peace. If there's no government that cannot respect the rule of law, you can't see peace. You know?
I'm listening to you, sir.
The APC government in 2015, they didn't respect the rule of law. That's why they didn't achieve anything in 8 years. And this another Mr. Tinubu come back again. I'll continue where Buhari stop. If court of land grant the person there, they refuse to listen. So we have advised Nigerians. Let us pray. God is given from APC and Tinubu.
All right. Thank you. Welcome. Hello. Good morning. Welcome. Can you change your position? Let's see if that helps improve on the connection, because it's hard to make out what you're saying. It's really distorted. It's hard and difficult to make out what you're saying. Please call back if you can, all right? Thank you.
Once again, Mr. Itodo.
Good morning.
I'm calling from PW Kuba at the moment.
All right, go ahead.
My biggest take for the week goes to this Saudi Arabian African Summit. During Nigeria's independence, Nigeria is way ahead of Brazil, India, Pakistan, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, and even Saudi Arabia. During the 60s and early 70s, all Emirati kings, including Saudi Arabia, come to University College Hospital, as it was called then, Ibadan, for their medical tourism. So, down the line, what went wrong? That they got it and we lost it. Leadership is all about sacrifice. In those countries, their leaders are living flamboyantly, but the masses are not disturbed. Why? In Saudi Arabia, they have constant electricity, they have affordable and accessible hospital, they have good schools, they have affordability of commodities. Saudi Arabia doesn't farm doesn't farm. You understand? But they have the freshest fruit in the world. They import it, make it accessible to the poor. In Nigeria, only the masses are the ones that are sacrificing at the detriment of the flamboyance with reckless abandon of the leaders. No leader, no country will succeed if both sides are not sacrificing. Both sides must sacrifice. It is shameful for me, as a citizen of Nigeria, that in Saudi Arabia, that in the 70s, we are the one begging them, we are the one asking them. But today, they are calling not only Nigeria, the entire African continent. All our leaders in Africa, most especially our own leader in Nigeria, they should copy what those people do with the view of bettering our tomorrow. We cannot continue to go hand in hand. Look at even Ukraine now, they are considering calling Africa Summit. And you just imagine that. Ukraine, that got our independence in the early 90s. So please, it's time to change tide. We can do it, and it is possible. Thank you for the wonderful opportunity.
Thank you. Welcome.
Hello, Mr. Itodo.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Are you heard me clear now?
I can hear you. What's your name, sir?
It's Abubakar from Suleja.
Go ahead.
I think there was a news day before yesterday that a teacher molested a student in his own house. But the question to ask, how managed the young girl, the student managed to get to his own house? I think here is this. The parents, you want their female students, female children, female child. So not any if a female child, that your teacher is sending you message to his own house, look for your colleagues that will follow you down there. Look for your colleagues. Don't go there alone, because of some of those teachers, they have something else in mind because of the position they occupy. They have that as an advantage to those young ladies, and it should be a law for National Assembly to implement it for castration for any rapist issue. I think it's very important. This rapist.
Sorry about that, Abubakar. Let's look at what you're saying on Facebook. Thank God it's Friday. That is what also Francis Namani starts his message with. My open mic this morning is on the height of insecurity, unemployment, and poverty rates in Nigeria. The federal government should fine-tune the security strategies, create job opportunities, and an enabling environment for the overwhelming interest of Nigerians. May God help us, is what also Francis Namani from Amangunze says. Let's look at WhatsApp. And IK says, my open mic is the DSS should primarily go after Boko Haram members who kill Nigerians and still live in Nigeria. Foreign terrorist headers, according to the former president, who kill Nigerians and still live in Nigeria, not those who gossip to ease their socioeconomic tensions across board. But if the gossip goes on to incite violence, what do you make of that? I'm sure that's what they're trying to prevent from happening, and it's why they've warned against those who would be spreading false information about the elections, the obstacle elections coming up, and would incite violence in the event of doing that. My open mic is on the radio station called Nigeria Info. I wish to use the opportunity to thank the brain or brains behind the setting up of Nigeria Info. With a unique brand, I stumbled on the station. Nigeria Info has a large extent bridged the yawning gaps left in the functions of mass media, informing, educating, and entertaining, especially in informing and educating us all. I'm so happy that the station is delving and dwelling on issues that will make Nigerians knowledgeable and better enlightened citizens. The station is also peopled mostly by hardworking staff, most of whom are ready to spend much time researching on topics to be discussed. I have learned a lot from well-researched topics. Okay, the gray area that should be amended and allow mostly bottled up Nigerians air their views on radio without interruptions, because it is scientific fact that the impression without expression causes depression. Again, I agree with Karl Marx that any nation that wants to grow and develop must follow his law of progress. This law states that ideas and issues in any nation must be subjected to go through thesis, antithesis, and synthesis, which implied series of debates by the citizenry so that better ideas will have the day and be implemented. That is what social engineer Comrade Itodo is saying this morning. And everyone gets a chance. Every view is accepted here as long as it is not inciting, disrespectful, or insultive of anyone. All right, but thank you for your thoughts. Let's move on to more messages. You can send yours to the WhatsApp number 08099930137. And Charles says, my open mic is, why has the NYC not rescued the core members that traveled from Akwa Ibom to Sokoto for their camp and were kidnapped, and other victims of kidnappings in the country? The dry season farming cannot happen until our farmers and farmlands are freed from kidnappers and criminals. All right, let's get back to the phone lines. Welcome. Are you there?
Yeah, good morning, Itodo.
Good morning. Are you able to share your thoughts in 30 seconds, or would you rather call back?
No, are you not hearing me?
I can hear you. I need to go on a break shortly, so I'm asking you, would you rather call back?
Okay, you want to go on break?
Yes, please.
Okay. I go now.
All right. Thank you for understanding. We're live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. Do all to join the conversation right there and share your open mic, your biggest take this week.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nothing breaks the news like the news. Trust me, I can prove it. I do it every morning on Morning Crossfire from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Nigeria Info 95.1, and I'm Femi D. Amede. Join the biggest conversation around the national politics every day in a way that is trustworthy, full of passion, and yes, covers the biggest politics and the stories that matter to you. See, you have all the reasons to find out what's going on in Nigeria and be engaged differently. Let's talk. That's the way to go, even this morning.
Hi everyone, my name is Swat. That's the name my father gave me, but you can always call me Her Vocal Majesty. I'm the host of The Sunny Side on 95.1 Nigeria Info. It takes place every weekday, noon to 3 p.m., where we get to have all the lovely contemporary conversations. If your days are normally long and gloomy, well, not anymore, because I'm here to make it all bright and sunny for you. So join me. It's an invitation. You don't want to miss out.
Hello, my name is Kimberly Nwachukwu. I'm the host of Hard Facts, and I bring you the biggest stories driving conversation every weekday here on 95.1 Nigeria Info Hard Fact Show. I love to get your opinion and conjectures, but the facts you cannot dispute here on Hard Facts. Join me and let's talk.
Audio Jungle.
is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This 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 is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah. The other one is the one.
One and only. What's your name?
All right. My name is Obedient Minister Wachko.
Go ahead, Moses.
My take open mic today is all about INEC. Professor Jega have advised Professor Mahmoud on how to do for Nigerians to bring back their trust on INEC. I'm also advising Mahmoud that all those promises he promised during the presidential election, that he shouldn't fail them the way he failed. He shouldn't fail all of them the way he failed in presidential election. He should try his best so that Nigerians will return back their trust that they have for INEC. If not, Mahmoud, anywhere you go to, Nigerians will not trust you again if you just behave anyhow in this election coming up in these 3 states. Just behave yourself, forget about, I don't know, let me not use the rough language on radio.
All right.
You should forget about anything. Anything.
That's a good place to leave it, with Moses.
The trust of Nigerians.
All right.
And that's my take.
Thank you. Welcome.
Good morning, Deacon Itodo. One more time. My name is Obedient Elder Comrade Tony calling.
Welcome, comrade.
Yes, my open mic is on, still on this Saudi Arabia African Summit, for which Nigeria quickly jumped at it. Deacon Itodo, let me tell you something. You know, for people like us who are over 60, you know, it is an irony of fate to see that Nigeria, who was at par in Saudi Arabia, Singapore, Dubai, Malaysia in 1974. They were all at par by way of development indices. But today now, look at those countries. They have left Nigeria, and as a matter of fact, they are now light years ahead of Nigeria by way of development. That is all-round development. But look at Nigeria. Nigeria is still a toddler nation. It's a pity. It's just so unfortunate because 1973, I recall that Malaysia came to Nigeria, came to Benin City, as a matter of fact, to pick up our oil palm seeds.
Now, comrade, quick one. What are your reservations about this MOU on cooperation in the energy sector? Do you have? Because don't you feel this would be a good opportunity to learn the various strategies that worked for Saudi Arabia and made them who they are today?
Look, Deacon Itodo, let me tell you something. Look, it's just like you now. Or let's say both of us, we enter school at the same time. You are, I know that you are more clever than me and you are now light years ahead of me. Can't I at least try to buckle up to make sure that I come at the same level with you? Must I continue to be depending on you? Look, you see, in 1973, General Yakubu Gowon lent money out to Singapore. Please find out what I'm telling you. Go and verify. And that is why we from the obedience movement, you know, in fact, it so saddened us that the person that would have been able to, you know, quickly transform this country was denied at the presidential election. You know, so that is why, you know, it's paining me a lot. Now, today, look at Dubai. The whole world is now falling over themselves, going to Dubai. And even our shameless Nigerian leaders, they go to Dubai to buy properties. And this was the same Dubai that was a desert nation in 1974. Look, you know that the GDP of Nigeria was more than that of Singapore, Dubai, all of them, as at 1974. Look at where we are today. At 63, we are still a toddler nation. Look, Deacon Itodo, I'm 66 now, and I feel so ashamed to see that Nigeria is now going to be begging for pittance from Saudi Arabia.
Would you call that begging or collaboration? Because if the ways,
we are begging them for look now, at the end of the day, you recall that China had their own summit, China African Summit. The other time, which country had their own? Russia. Look, where are we going to? Look, if we don't restructure this country as it were in 1963, I'm afraid though Nigeria may not. Look, we will continue to remain a beggar nation to that kingdom come.
All right, Moses, that's Comrade Tony, that's a great place to leave it. Let's give room for others to also call in and share their thoughts as well. Thank you very much for calling in. Now, Nigeria and Saudi Arabia have signed an MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding, to promote collaboration, information exchange, technology transfer in the oil sector. And that was announced by the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources. The key purpose of the MOU is to promote collaboration, and that would be mutually beneficial to both parties, creating a conducive environment for that to happen as well. And a lot of people have shared reservations about this, but we can only hope that this is a step in the right direction. Welcome.
Thank you, Itodo.
Good morning.
Good morning once again. My name is Abakar College from Gobelada.
Go ahead.
I want to paint a certain narrative. Chihuahua Savage, a Nigerian songstress, she's a global material.
Mm-hmm.
You can sign a deal with her in collaboration with any star in any part of the world to prove her mantle. That is an instance of collaboration. What does Nigeria have that will sign MOU in energy sector with Saudi Arabia? Do we develop capacity in petroleum industry? Our refinery is working. Do we have competitive skilled workers who are global players in this sector? It is not about technocrats wearing suits, wearing well-starched Barbariga, attending conference, signing dotted lines. It's not. It's about developing your leadership capacity, developing your human development in all sectors. If you fix your home internally, you attract investment, attract talent, capital will move to your side. In this deal with MOU we signed with Saudi Arabia, we lack the capacity. They will determine the tone of the MOU. What are we in our English historical data? We were told Mongo Pap discovered River Niger, but we are unable to transform the River Niger to become tourism hub of the world. I see wealth, I see opportunity, I see jobs on the bank of River Niger and Benue. But our leaders are. Oh no, sorry. I'll stop here.
All right, Abubakar, thank you for sharing that. Let's go on to Facebook, where we are streaming live right now. And Utsa Vitalis Ushahemba says, my open mic today goes to the cable companies. Can NAS talk or prevail on these people to implement the pay-as-you-view option? The extortion is too much. They wake up anyway, decide to increase the price rate for subscription. It's frustrating. Even if they are increasing the price, let one enjoy what they have subscribed to. In this country where there is epileptic power supply, you use so much money to subscribe to the cable company and wait for month to month to do another subscription without using it. It should at least be like prepaid meters. The extortion is too much, and that's what Utsa Vitalis is saying this morning. Let's check out what you're saying on WhatsApp. You can send your thoughts there as well to 08099930137. And Eric in Apo says, if strike or protest is organized close to election, it becomes political. If trader money is distributed close to election, is it vote buying? That's the question that he ends his message with. This is laughable drama reacting to the MOU signed with Saudi Arabia. Wake Iadon Uwake says, if our leaders fail to readjust the embezzlement of our money, Nigeria will remain and continue to seek for help, is what Wake is saying. In solving and preventing problems, we start from known to unknown. That's why I use the word primarily. Okay, the DSS should tackle the known problems, not imagined problems. Can you imagine that some female core members from Akwa Ibom State, Sokoto, are still in the hands of kidnappers? Are they talking about those? Well, one may not feel the pain until one is directly or indirectly affected, is what Mr. Ike is saying. Good morning.
Hello, Itodo.
Yes, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Maurice. I'm calling from Kwalimpa.
Welcome, Maurice. What's your open mic?
My open mic, in addition to what Abubakar just said, that we are collaborating with Saudi Arabia, who don't have the capacity. For example, about 2 or 3 days ago, I heard over the news that trillions of naira worth of crude oil was stolen. It's not as if it was stolen in the air or stolen by spirit or stolen by an ungoverned, in an ungoverned space. We had a sitting government while trillions of naira worth of crude oil was stolen. And they just told Nigerians and then nothing is happening about it. So is it me or you who is stealing the oil? That is one. And then 2, I'm worried about our leaders' concern. That is it not really concern now about Gaza? Here in Nigeria, during the last regime, people were massacred as if they are slaves or aliens in our nation.
Well, where exactly are you referring to?
Are you ready to take control of your financial future? Look no further than Assertium Capital Management Limited. At Assertium, we are not just managing your wealth, but crafting your financial success story. We specialize in providing expert guidance for investments in commodities, ensuring your financial future is in capable hands. Assertium leverages its deep industry knowledge to help you make informed decisions, whether it's hard commodities or agro commodities. If you're planning for retirement, growing your assets, or securing your family's future, it's time to assert your financial independence. Contact Assertium Capital Management Limited today on 070-148-55558 or visit www.assertium.com. Assertium Capital Management Limited, where your financial future begins.
Power oil sachet, 100 naira. I said power oil sachet, 100 naira. It good for food, it good for your pocket. 100 naira. Mama, papa, power oil don't go. 100 naira. Power oil, yeah. 100 naira. My choice, yo. Power oil is there for you. 100 naira. Say now 100 naira.
Buy your Power Oil 45 ml sachet at 100 naira only.
Power oil.
It's yet another edition of the highly anticipated Annual Directors Conference of the Chartered Institute of Directors Nigeria. The CIOD Nigeria Annual Directors Conference is a forum where contemporary issues on leadership, ethics, and
This is Nigeria Info.